Okay, over here on the driver's door, as you can see, we got the same sculptor who did the roof. Our only hole was here. It was, I think, worse than the other side because it went right through. And as you can see it, you see it with this thing sticking away. The whole thing comes out. We saw that in previous videos, but again, it's just too much filler. Brought the thing out. And in the front, got a little hole. But I think this whole bottom's just got to be 1/4 1/8 thick. I might take this door off. Do it on a bench. This is hard to see down here. And this was pretty good frameage, but you know, still got the curve is there and it's strong. It's not like really loose, so the underside isn't bad. But this guy, regular sculptor. Or the only dent is right here. Again, this sculptor, we'll call him, famous Italian sculptor. Yeah, he had so much built up, and you could see the body line. It was so all he needed was patch there, whatever. Went over to the front, ground some more. It's not, there's a little skim coat here, and it was thick, but I think I'm gonna take both. When I do these doors, I'm gonna take them right off. I got decent body line, and I painted the hinges so I know exactly where they go. It'd just be easier to lay this on the bench and do it. Okay. So, hey, it's another day, another door. Slipped over to the driver's door here. Started cutting that out. Got layers. I got one. That was my sandwich piece. This was the outer that was wrapped around. So I wanted to get rid of that. And then this is what I'm trying to duplicate. So I got this sucker. I'm not concentrating on the outer edge right now, because I found that if I try and do that, I'll just cut it afterwards. It'll be easier once it's welded. I'm just trying to get this joint right here good so I can get a nice weld, and then I can come back and then when I go to wrap it around, it'll have a nice tight fitness. And this just came from scrap from the passenger's door that I didn't need, and it's got the curve. So that's going to help right there. Right? Voila! That's what they say in the business. Good ground. Other side. Did the same over here. Cut the inside. This was too bad, so I think I'm going to just do a whole. I'm just going to do a triangle. That'll be easy. Whack, whack, whack. Got the piece. Let's flip it over and grind the other side. Remember that dent puller I bought? Does anybody remember where I put it? Because I can't find it. Maybe I'll have to check past video. So this is the one I had the nice triangle cut. It goes like here to here. So I think I'm just going to whap. This is all good. That'll give me that corner. I have it anyway. I'll either pull that dent, if I can find the dent puller, which I can't, or I'll just make a patch, just a real small one. Maybe come up real high, because this is wonky from the dent. We talked about dents go in, they come up. And then over here, this is the new panel I did in the back. You can see it's like hanging over, so I'm going to probably trim back 1/8 of an inch the whole thing. This is the part that's going to wrap around. And same thing, I'll clean up. I might just come out, trying to make a cut like this and this with the grinder. You always overlap, and then I have a hole. When I go to weld, it blow through. So maybe I'll just do a nice angle all the way up. And yeah, what do you think of that? Now find my dent puller, will you? Alright, on this panel I'm going to try and do what I fucked up on the other door. So I'm going to cut just this panel with a 45-degree angle. And then it's going to overlap just a little bit. I'm going to put it in place, clamp it, and then cut off, use this as a guide, now that it's got that nice 45, to cut that little bit off in here. It'll probably be a 1/4 inch. And ideally you want to do it bit by bit, get it flush, but I'm just going to, because I have this nice pocket, so I know it's going to fit, hopefully. I'll take it off, remove that piece, then put it together. And I've been checking this as I go. I'll show you this. Trying to maintain that 45 because I'm missing, the piece that's going to wrap around. I'm leaving a little gap, like a little. Can't use that hand. Just a little gap so that when this panel wraps around. And then, oh yeah, I think I'm just going to cut out a little piece here. Nope, cut that one up too. Too short. I wanted it to overhang. Measured it like 16 times, and then I was going to cut it. So now I'm just trimming away this corner, trying to get it as snug as possible. And I got this whole huge gap right there. Don't ever let me measure and cut anything. I ended up cutting a little sliver, sticking it in there so I could keep this square. I had to bring this down. Still I need to fill in a little bit of piece right there. That's the piece. I gotta either bend it or wrap it around there. Now I'm just bring this flange over, and that's gonna bring this up. It is a little sunken in, and I can't get behind there anymore because I put that panel there. But by bending this, it's bringing this up, bending this flange around. Alright, what did I just do? I did that, grinded a couple times, filled in some welds. I did find my dent puller, and I was able to bring up a little bit. Not as deep, a little wavy, but this is all going to get a little bit of filler anyway. This line is but do that another day. So this side is done in the back, the seam seal and weld. This side is the front of the door I haven't done, so I gotta go back and do this maybe tomorrow. Alright, finally getting better at my patch panels, making better patterns to start with. So a lot of filing just to get a good line there, and then get extra. I'll just trim that off afterwards, and then I can do the outside panel. Getting better at my precision cuts. Much better. Nice and clean. I'm just going to clean up this edge with a file. I get a nice fit when I put my panel on there. Maybe. Alright, let's see how I did. This is my template. Brought it in so it's bigger, right? Or did I do it the opposite? God, I'm awful. I am awful. So this should be too big. Yeah, okay, good. Let me show you the camera. Too big, which is good. That means I can come in where I want it. I can either trim the door now to fit this, which I probably won't, because it looks like the door is nice and straight. I think I'll trim off the panel. It wasn't too big and not too small, because I did that other one, I was too small, and this is the only panel I got. So, alright, let's do some trimming. Okay. I think I'm looking pretty good. Got that up there. It's a little long. I'd like to bring that in. This is going to wrap around. Look at that. The fit a little better, I think, right there. So that angle's coming down, looks good. Trying to follow the line of the door. Yeah, I gotta do a little something there. This is where it gets crazy with triangles. So you're like, oh, I could make the bottom of the door look good. Bottom of the door is not as noticeable, I think, as this. Actually, none of this will be noticeable. But I'm trying to work out all my perfections, because when I go to do this, this is noticeable. That's the side of the vehicle. So this is why I'm practicing. I call it practicing welding on. Yeah, it almost seems too long like that. So I'm gonna cut up. An angle's like off a little bit. I'm gonna scissor that a little bit. All right. All right. It only took 2 doors, 3, 4 patches later, and that is a seam I'm happy with. That's the way it's supposed to be. Nice and level, smooth. This is fitting nice. This is going to wrap around nice. This is going to wrap around nice. Took me a lot of trimming to cut my patterns. You know, I'm measured 15 times, cut once. My God. So, hey, it's a learning process. That's why I'm doing it, right? So I'll keep tacking. And get late in the day here again. But yeah, coming out most satisfying. And this is the last door to do. Woohoo! Meant to do. On the other door, 45. These will fold under and meet each other perfectly. And it'll still maintain my round right there. I hop back over to the driver's door, and I just cleaned it up. I'm going to do some I'm not going to do plug welds. I'm just going to do some tacks along the seam, and then I have the seam sealer to do the whole thing anyway. So I'm just going to get that tack there, front and back of the door. Same thing. Then I'll get it primed because it's supposed to rain the next few days here. And I don't know if I'll get to the seam sealer today. We'll see.